What's up, everybody? This is Rennie from Rennie here, and today we're going to be talking about the best budgeting method ever. So if you want to hear all about it, make sure you stay tuned. What's up, everyone? This is Rennie from Rennie, and I just wanted to say welcome to my channel. Hey.
Maya. You're so handsome.
Look, I'm gonna wear one like this, and the other one's like this.
Nothing feels better than this. All right, so let's dive right into it. So the first thing I want to say is we should be ending the stigma behind a budget. The word budget is so scary to some people. Like, oh, she's on a budget. I mean, she's broke. And listen, I was on a budget and I was broke. It's not true. But there's so many people who are in really good financial situations because they have created a budget, because they follow a budget. Don't be silly. Don't be one of those people who thinks that being on a budget is some sort of like, don't. Because those people are not paying your bills, sis. They are not. So be realistic with yourself. And stop. You know what I mean? Live your life for you. A budget is nothing but a tool. A budget is nothing but a plan. It's planning your life. It's planning for emergencies. It's planning for those things that are always going to constantly be there that we don't plan for, like Christmas. But yeah, so I actually follow the budget by paycheck method. What is the budget by paycheck method? It means I'm creating a budget every single time that I get paid. So in my household, for example, we create a budget every 2 weeks. My husband gets paid weekly and I get paid bi-weekly. And so instead of us creating a budget for him and for me, we combine our finances. So my husband holds off one of his paychecks. He doesn't touch it. And then he combines it with another paycheck so that it's as if he also gets paid bi-weekly. So it's pretty dope. Also, you want to go ahead and be on zero-based budget. A zero-based budget basically means that once you finish allocating money to every single category, every single situation, whether savings, debt, bills, whatever it is, you're going to have $0 left over. That freaked me out. That made me go into panic mode. But the thing is, I'm not really broke. I don't really have $0. It's just the fact that you're putting it into something. You're making a plan for all of your money instead of it flying away. You get paid on Friday at 3 o'clock in the morning, and by 3 p.m. you're broke. But that doesn't have to be the case if you follow a budget. So a zero-based budget is just that. You're just putting money to every single situation, to every single category, to every single department, or I guess you can call it, to make sure that you're covered in in each one of those places. So I actually created this here. It is the steps to the budget by paycheck method. And I'm going to go through them so you guys I'm not going to go really in depth about them, but I just want you guys to get an understanding of how to get started. So the first step is tracking your spending. The most important step. You cannot create a budget if you don't know what you're spending on things. It's impossible. So what do I like to do? I like to print out my previous month's bank statement. I print that out. So like if I want to start, let's say I'm going to start a budget in March. I'm going to print out all of my February's the month of February's bank statement. I'm going to grab a couple highlighters and highlight things. What am I highlighting? I'm highlighting things into categories. So anything that's a bill, I'm highlighting one color. Anything that's a subscription, I'm highlighting a different color, because a subscription is not while it is the bill, it's a bill that you want. It's not one that you need. Like your guess, you guess your need. You get Apple Music, you don't need. Liz, you don't need your Apple Music, okay? That's my friend. She knows what I'm talking about. But anyways, so highlight those a different colors, so on and so forth. If it's food, highlight those a different colors. So like with me, I like to highlight groceries shopping and any of that kind of stuff separate from any takeout food. You guys have no idea how much money we spend on takeout food. It's insane. That's where most of people's food goes. And we're silly then. We're so silly. We go grocery shopping, and then we come home and we still order takeout. Silly. But anyways, back to what I was saying. That's what you're gonna do. Then step number 2, you're gonna go ahead and establish your non-variable spending versus your variable spending. What is non-variable spending? Non-variable spending is what I said. Those bills that you need to pay. It's things that have usually a due date. You know what I mean? Like, okay, you need to pay this bill, no ifs, ands, or buts on this day. And usually it's around the same exact price. Now with variable spending, is a little different. Those are things that you know you're spending money on, but it's not the same amount every time. It doesn't have a due date. It's not on a specific date. You know what I mean? Like, so while you know you're spending money on it and it could, be a lot of money, it's not the same amount. It's not, you know what I mean? It's not a constant thing. It can fluctuate. Then step number 3 is you want to go ahead and make categories for all that variable spending. So if once you tracked your spending and you saw that you're spending a lot of money on food, on things for your house, on things like gas, on things like beauty, cool, those are your categories. You want to go ahead and make those your variable spending categories. If you're a cash spender like me, you will create cash envelopes for these things. And what is a cash spender? That means you're basically paying for everything in cash. I got mad bread. Oh yeah, but it's all for something. So if you ever see me with a video, that's all for my cash envelopes. So basically it means that when I go outside, I don't swipe my credit card, I don't swipe my debit card, I only swipe my debit card. That's all I swipe. And the reason for this is because it's just better. It's just better. It helps you not want to spend so much money. That's why I like being a cash spender. It's easier to swipe a card because you know you have money on it as opposed to seeing $100 bill and not wanting to break it. So that's why I really love cash spending. But you don't have to be a cash spender. I know a lot of people who have credit unions actually have their credit union allows them to have different like debit cards, and they can create each debit card for each category. Other people, like I have a cousin whose budget I do, he actually has 2 separate checking accounts. He has one for his variable spending and then one for his non-variable spending. So that's another way for you to go ahead and do that. After that, step number 4 is tracking your pay dates. You want to go ahead, grab a calendar, track your pay dates, and look at where and which paycheck is responsible for what bill. So for example, let's say you got paid on Friday the 7th. Cool. You want to look at what bills are from the 7th to the 13th. And all those bills need to be paid with that Friday 7th paycheck. And so on and so forth. So that's what you're doing. That's the whole purpose behind the calendar. Step number 5 is acknowledging your debt. This is very important. Most of America is in debt. That's just the facts. We are built on debt. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that everyone should be debt free. For me, it's not that I want to be debt free. I would like to just be more so completely consumer debt free. I don't want to have credit card debt. And I don't want to have car payments for the rest of my life. And I'm not saying don't have credit cards. That's a whole different conversation. But look at your debt. Get an actual real number. Sit down and really write a number down for all of your debt. That is so important. You need to know what you're working with. You need to know where you need to be putting your money towards. So make a plan for your debt after you have that number, and whether it's the avalanche method, choose a method of attack, avalanche or snowball. I will get into I'm going to talk more about it, about each one of those different methods in a different video. But yeah. Then after that, step number 6 is laying out realistic savings goals, whether that's saving goals a year from now, 5, 10, 20. Sinking funds are great for yearly goals, and those are super amazing. Those are basically like short-term goals that you're saving for, like Christmas. I save for Christmas. I save for, what else are my sinking funds? I have a birthday sinking fund. Those are things like you want to save for. They're short-term goals because it's only like a year or so of saving, but you want to do that because if you don't save for those things that happen every year, you're just gonna have to pay for it when it comes around out of that random paycheck. Why do that? For what? You could have been saving for Christmas starting December 26th, and you would have been in a better situation. Like, I'm already saving up for Christmas for the 2020, and it's only February. Do you think I care? No, because when November comes, I'm gonna have money to blow. So that's the whole purpose behind those savings goals. And then step number 7 7. It's step number 7. And the final step is creating a realistic budget, breaking down that paycheck. And you're going to do that by using real numbers and all the information that you got from steps 1 through 6. I also have this, which is the Budget by Paycheck guidebook. It's something I created for you guys to help you along this budgeting journey. So I'm actually going to put the link below, and so you guys can go ahead and click on it and purchase it. I'm also going to show you guys exactly so you guys know what you're buying. All right, so yeah, let's dive right into it. Alright guys, so yes, this is the Budget by Paycheck guidebook, and I'm going to have the link in the description box so you guys can just click it and it will take you directly to the link on my website where you can purchase this. Alright, so real quick, this is the table of contents. Here is the Budget by Paycheck guidebook instructions, and it just basically explains to you exactly how to fill this, how to fill this budget out. It tells you some good vocabulary words that I'll be using every time I make a budgeting video, so it's good for you to get used to those. This is the actual paycheck breakdown. It just explains literally every single thing. This is your bills, this is your envelopes, which is your categories, this is your sinking funds, your extra debt, your extra savings. It just here lets you know that you should be filling this out, like your extra debt and any extra savings based on what you want to be doing right now, like what's your priority. And then with the green boxes and the yellow boxes, the green boxes are basically all your totals, and then the yellow ones are your income after you have subtracted the totals for these categories. Here's an expense tracker. I track all of my spending, and as should you if you're trying to make a realistic budget, because you want to know where you're actually spending money at. This is your calendar that you will fill out with every single one of your paycheck dates and all your bills. This is upside down, awkward. So yeah, you're gonna use that. And then this is just a questionnaire to help you and get to know yourself in this budgeting method and where you're gonna go, what your goals are. So yeah, that's the Budget by Paycheck guidebook. I will also, this is gonna be available for purchase on my website. I'm gonna put the link in the bio. And I'm also gonna, once you purchase this, you'll also get the steps to the budget paycheck method as a freebie. So yeah. All right, guys, so that was it. I hope you guys enjoyed. I tried to keep that short and sweet. I know sometimes budgeting could be a little boring, according to some people, but budgeting is fun. I love budgeting. I live for budgeting. So, just kidding. If you guys have any questions, comments, or concerns, please feel free to leave a comment below or email me at dashavrani@gmail.com or follow me on Instagram and shoot me a DM. I would be more than glad to help you with any questions that you have. My husband's over here trying to stand up a broom, so if you hear anything falling, that's his fault. But yeah, anyways, I look forward to speaking to more about it. And yeah, so if you guys have anything to talk about, please let me know. If you guys want me to look at your budgets, let me know how I would handle it. Just shoot me an email or leave a comment below. I look forward to hearing all about it. And until next time, period.